In this video, we will be going over GradeLink's Lesson Plans tool. The Lesson Plans tool is available by default to full administrators and teachers. Teachers must have either standard or credit/no credit classes assigned to their accounts in order to use the tool, and those classes must have assignments entered for them. Once you have the appropriate classes assigned to your account, the Lesson Plans tool will become available. We'll be using a teacher account for the rest of the video, but the subjects we discuss will still apply to administrators. To help keep things simple, the entire Lesson Plans module can be grouped into two components: the settings and controls along the top, and the calendar that takes up the majority of the page. Looking at the settings and controls at the top of the page, we see the Term menu, which shows a list of terms available for lesson plans, the Search bar, which allows you to search the contents of your lesson plans and filter the results based on keywords, the View menu, which allows you to toggle the visibility of classes assigned to the selected teacher, the Settings menu, which is used for controlling the elements within each lesson plan, and the Print and PDF buttons, which print or generate a PDF of the current lesson plan. Moving down the page, we see the Calendar selector. These buttons allow you to select how the lesson plans are viewed. You can cycle between month, week, and day views, as well as selecting the year you are viewing. The buttons are context sensitive, and additional controls will appear based off of which calendar you've selected. For example, when using the month view, you will see a list of every month of the year. In the week view, you will see the previous, current, and upcoming months divided into individual weeks. In the day view, you will see 6 days before and after the current day. List will remove these extra tools and generate a vertical listing of every lesson plan and its contents. Regardless of which calendar you're using, there will be a tool on the right that shows 2 arrows and the word Today. This lets you navigate the preceding options. Let's take a better look at the Settings menu. The Settings menu expands at the top of the page when active. You can hit the icon again or hit the Close button to get rid of it. The Settings menu has 2 pages: Tab Settings and Class Settings. In Tab Settings, you can create elements that will appear in the lesson plans below. On the left, you can toggle whether these elements are active, and on the right, you can determine their visibility while using certain views. On the far right, you can select which days of the week you would like to appear in your calendar. There are 3 unique tabs that add extra functionality and as a result cannot be renamed: Assignments, Standards, and Attachments. They appear at the bottom of the tab settings list. These tabs will be discussed in more depth later in the video. In Class Settings, all classes assigned to the selected teacher will appear on the left. If you hit the gear icon next to their names, you can configure a class to use a bi-weekly format and alternate between different settings. To the right, you can assign a color code to each class that will be used for the lesson plan bubbles below. On the far right, you will see the period chart, which allows you to set which period of the day each class occupies. Let's go ahead and start building a lesson plan. First, we'll close the Settings menu. In the Calendar view below, you should see small plus signs at the top left corner of each bubble. When you select the plus sign, the lesson plan creation window will appear at the top of the page. In the top left corner, you'll see the title field, which allows you to name the new lesson plan. In the top right corner, you will see the class as well as the date to which the lesson plan will be assigned. Below the title field, you will see a folder icon that connects to the lesson plan collection. With the lesson plan collection, teachers can build a library of lesson plan templates which can be shared with other staff. We'll go over lesson plan sharing in more detail later in the video. Moving left to right across the page, you will see tabs for each of the fields you activated in the tab settings. The window below is context sensitive and will change depending on which tab is active, but by default features a text editor on the left and a comment field on the right. The comment field allows anyone with access to the Lesson Plans tab to provide commentary on individual plans. While using assignments, standards, or attachments, the comment field will disappear, but you can still access comments by selecting the speech bubble icon in the top right corner below the date. The Assignments tab will allow you to insert an assignment to the lesson plan. You can select a pre-existing assignment or even create a new one within the window. Assignments created in the Lesson Plans page are just like normal assignments and can even be added directly to the grade sheet. The Standards tab allows you to select educational standards that have been configured for your school. The Attachments tab will allow you to attach files to the lesson plan and accepts Microsoft Office documents as well as PDFs and image files. Once you have finished creating your lesson plan, you have the option of adding the plan to your collection as a template, or canceling the process and starting over. If you need to edit your lesson plan, click anywhere on the plan and the lesson plan window will open to allow editing. All changes made to the plan are saved automatically. In the title bar for your lesson plans, you'll notice a set of arrows in the right corner. When selected, this will open the Action menu. The Action menu contains several incredibly important functions, so let's go over them one at a time. The Copy function copies part or all of the selected lesson plan and then allows you to paste it somewhere else. You can tell when you have something copied because the text Cancel Paste will appear at the top of the page, and you will now see a small clipboard icon in the right corner of each bubble. The first part of the Move tool is the Days selection, which determines how many days forward or backward you are going to move the lesson plan. Gradlink currently limits this functionality to no more than 9 days. Back will move all plans after and including the selected plan backward that number of days. Bump will push forward all plans after and including the selected plan that number of days. Extend will duplicate the selected plan that number of days without impacting any other plans. Repeat will allow you to set a recurring schedule for an individual lesson plan. Finally, the X at the bottom left corner will close the window. The trash can is a shortcut for deleting the selected plan, and Edit is a shortcut for editing the selected plan. To go into more detail about sharing a lesson plan, let's select a plan and reopen the Collections folder. As soon as the collection opens, you'll notice that our available tools change slightly. We'll now see a slightly different search bar, as well as View and Share menus. Using the Share menu in the far right will allow you to view the lesson plan collections from other teachers, and will also allow you to toggle whether or not your collection is being shared. The View menu determines which components of the lesson plans will be visible in the listing below. The search bar is special in that it will search available lesson plans for entered keywords, even if the component containing those keywords isn't being displayed in the listing. For example, if you search for an assignment name but the listing only displays titles, the lesson plans containing that assignment will show up in the search results. That's the Lesson Plans tool in a nutshell. As always, if you ever run into any difficulties, go ahead and select the question mark tool at the top of the page to send a support ticket, or search through our knowledge base for more information.